Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Adam Haynes with the Conference of Urban Counties, and we're here, unfortunately, to testify against 552. I'm going to take a little bit different tack than my friend from Dallas County did, and I'm going to argue, and I'm doing it on thin ice here because I've got the chair of finance and the vice chair of finance and members of finance, but we're going to talk about finances. As you know, Mr. Chairman, counties are your partners, and it's nowhere more so evident than in the criminal justice system. We will, if you pass this bill, we will implement this bill. But I just want to make sure everyone understands that if you pass this bill, it will be a massive property tax increase. Senator Huffman, I agree with you. The federal government has failed the state of Texas when it comes to our immigration laws. Check. You are correct on that, and I think just about every one of my county judges and commissioners would agree with you in that assessment. They have failed us. But what we ask is don't take the federal government's failure and put it onto the backs of property taxpayers. You've got 2 units right now at TDCJ that were converted to handle misdemeanors. They're almost empty. Utilize those facilities before you ask us to do it. And if you make this change, if you do this, then at least compensate us for the cost of holding these folks without the ability to do community supervision. Community supervision, there is a cost, but if you take the average cost of holding a prisoner, it's about $88, obviously more in Harris County, but it's about $88 statewide. And you use $30 a month, that's over it, and it's $88 and change. It's $2,500 a month just to hold the person. Community supervision is much less than that.
Senator Huffman.
Yeah, just a quick question. So you represent many urban counties. I'm assuming
Yes,
you would agree that there are tens of thousands of illegal aliens on probation in Texas?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Do y'all have an estimate? Does anybody keep the hard numbers?
I would.
I know Dallas had an estimation. I don't know how they came up with it, but I've had a hard time trying to get that kind of information. So I think it's very important to have this hearing. Let the public know that there are tens of thousands that cost their taxpayer money now. And, every session, I've been chair now, finance a couple of sessions before that. I was on conference for these articles, and there's always a lot of begging and teeth gnashing for not enough money for probation, not enough money for treatment, not enough money for substance abuse. I think the public has a right to know that many of those resources are being spent on illegal aliens. It's the fact. So it's something that needs to be discussed, and it should be part of what we're talking about. I mean, a director of DPS was here today and said there's 114,000 illegals booked into Texas jails right now. 11,000 active warrants, and everybody needs to know that some of these people are getting put on probation and we're paying for it and they're out on the street. So it's just part of the narrative here. I don't mean to pick on you. And
I don't take it as a big. Again,
yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I cede the ground, the point to you. The federal government has failed the state of Texas. And I understand, and I applaud you for doing something. I mean, we need to change our immigration laws. And I think every county judge that I represent, every county commissioner that I represent would make a similar statement. But what we ask is if you make this, and we enter into a partnership agreement with you every 2 years. You have the ability to change that partnership agreement that we operate under, and you often do so every 2 years. And again, we will implement this bill, but it will be at a significant cost to property taxpayers. And you're right, we need to have that discussion. Yes, ma'am.
Needs to be out there. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Senator Hinojosa.
And one of the things that probably we need is a better number as it relates to how many of those illegal aliens from probation or get arrested and charged with a crime would actually be put in jail. I know your suggestion of having some of the state facilities be used. In Hidalgo County, we have 2 units, the Segovia unit and the Lopez unit. And they're both state jail facilities. So we've been using them to house some of the immigrants have been arrested up in, I forgot the name, up in Rio, up in the part of the state. So the state does have some room. I don't know exactly how much. And quite frankly, the Hidalgo County Jail is full. We're now leasing from Willis County, one of the private jails. So it is a challenge. But at the same time, we just can't, some of them will become repeat offenders. So it's just an issue that's very difficult to manage. I'll leave it at that.
I think Mr. Collier and Mr. Wood would have better numbers on the total number than even I do represent 35 counties and then individual counties, but they'd give you a better system wide. All three of you have jails that have county jails that are shipping prisoners out, especially you, Chair, and it costs Harris County about $50 million. That they don't have, and Mr. Chairman, you've got jails shipping prisoners out, and obviously in Hidalgo, being a big county and a border county, you get a double whammy. So yes, sir.
Thank you. Any more questions, members? Thank you all very much for being here. Thank you for your testimony.